Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the presentation of the colors for the GHS, APHS, NJROTC, and remain standing for the colors. We will now have the playing of the national anthem by GHS Junior Orchestra member, Miss Alexis Medina. It is with great pride that we honor these students and recognize them who have chosen to take on the highest call of service. In a few short weeks to months, these young people will embark on a journey that will most certainly shape the future of their lives and will serve to protect the daily freedoms we all hold dear. Seniors, on behalf of all of GHS, we are expressing our sincerest gratitude for your choice to selflessly serve your country. To all the former and current members of the United States Armed Forces, we thank you for your bravery and sacrifice. Our world and our lives would not be what it is without you. At this time, if you are a veteran or a current member of our nation's armed forces, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. As we begin our ceremony today, I am proud to introduce Chief Warrant Officer Derek McGill. Chief Warrant Officer McGill graduated from U.S. Military Academy at West Point in 1992. He served as our nation as a captain in the U.S. Army and as an Apache helicopter pilot. He currently serves as an aviation warrant officer in the United States Army Reserves. While transitioning to civilian life, Chief Warrant Officer McGill pursued and still continues to have a successful business career here in Georgetown as a certified financial planner and accredited wealth management advisor. He is also the Regional Vice President of Primerica Advisors. Please help me welcome Chief Warrant Officer Derek McGill.
Just got to fix the microphone a little bit. Thank you for that introduction, Wes. First off, I'd like to congratulate this group of men and women behind us that are preparing to take the oath to support and defend the Constitution. In a nation where over 2/3 of young people do not qualify for military service, this is a fairly selective group. You all rise? Let's give them a hand. My path to military service began over 30 years ago watching the cadets of the Army defeat Illinois in the 1985 Peach Bowl, though I didn't realize it at the time. Despite having an uncle whom I wouldn't meet until the mid-90s, who served in Vietnam, I didn't personally know anyone serving in the military as I was growing up. As luck would have it, my goal was to earn a degree in engineering, and West Point happened to be a pretty good engineering school, and still one of the top engineering schools in the world. By some divine intervention, a teammate of mine gained admission to West Point, but then turned it down in order to go to the Air Force Academy. I don't understand why, but anyway. He had to get a medical waiver, so a few things there. But through that experience, I learned about the admissions process and the standards to meet. Today I'm here to talk about service. When one thinks about service, which Webster's defines as a contribution to the welfare of others, ironically, most important services in our lives are hidden in plain sight. We only realize their value when they are missing. And so it is with military service. At a friend's retirement ceremony last year, I had a reminder. As a nation, since the Gulf War in 1991, we've had troops engaged in continuous combat operations at varying intensities around the world. In June of 1988, I boarded a plane for the first time, reporting for duty at West Point. By the end of the first day, me and about 1,200 of my classmates were marching in a parade. If none of us knew anything about military service. Tomorrow, like most weeks, I'll be in the cockpit of an airplane, probably transporting some personnel up to Colorado Springs. I think that's where I figured out we're going tomorrow. Performance culture is an appropriate and accurate descriptor of military life. Gaining technical proficiency in a variety of skills is a hallmark of military service. I've logged nearly 2,000 hours in 4 different types of helicopters, 3 types of airplanes in my career, and most of that as a citizen soldier in the Army Reserves. My culminating duty assignment when I was active provided a daily opportunity to coordinate attack missions for 300 helicopters, assorted artillery, surveillance, and Air Force assets. Make sure it all got to the right place at the right time and took care of business. Something many transitioning veterans fail to realize is the applied skill that military service imparts. Getting stuff done. Translated as project management in corporate speak. Military service provides a unique scaffolding upon which a range of moral, psychological, and physical skills develop. Consider the scenario of being a young leader, taking 6 helicopters, along with pilots and mechanics, from up the road to Fort Hood, Texas, down to the border in Arizona for 3 weeks to support smuggling and interdiction efforts. Now, this was 20-some years ago. Apparently, they're still doing it. We had numerous opportunities to exercise decision-making skills to accomplish our assigned missions. How to cover hundreds of miles of desert, how to assure communications with a mountain splitting our assigned sector, ensuring everyone had the basic living essentials, water, food, shelter, whether they were part of our main camp or working remotely on a mountaintop, or patrolling the skies 6+ hours per day. Going back to the welfare of others in the service definition, one of the most enriching takeaways of military service is the camaraderie developed from shared experiences. Reminiscing about freezing conditions in Germany, Korea, Colorado, or New York during various training events. Alternatively, slow roasting in the Central Command area of operations with its 140-degree daily temperatures, or even 110-degree days on the McGregor Range north of El Paso, Texas. Or getting a daily soaking in the Florida Panhandle before strapping in for a mission once the weather clears. These experiences also build a degree of resiliency and esprit de corps. Some years ago, I participated in a career exploration program with GISD over at the 9th Grade Center. And I would use a city as a template when discussing the careers and services necessary to run a successful city, and that proved relatable as far as military opportunities. Virtually any job available in a city like Georgetown has a military equivalent. Now, some are obvious, like doctors, nurses, police, firefighters, paramedics. Others, like cyber technicians, public affairs, chefs, musicians, and since we're in school, teachers, are less obvious. And of course, there are the traditional combat roles that most affiliate with military service: infantry, tankers, artillery, and pilots. At West Point, there's a saying: much of the history we teach was made by people we taught. In addition to people like President Eisenhower, Generals Pershing, Grant, Lee, and Schwarzkopf, numerous former service members are leading in every community across America. Like nearly half of all commercial pilots, last week's aviation hero, Tammy Jo Schultz, is a former military pilot. 59 of the Standard & Poor's 500 CEOs have military experience. When asked in a survey, without exception, the CEOs interviewed emphasized that the military offers an early opportunity to acquire hands-on leadership experience that cannot be found in the corporate world, or at a similarly early stage in people's careers. Whether that experience is gained as an enlisted member, a warrant officer, or an officer, after 26 years in active and reserve services, I can wholeheartedly agree. So thank you for your attention, and we're going to conduct an oath. And we'll, thank you. Eagle fight. Okay, so all of our inductees, if you would stand. recitation of the oath of enlistment. Raise your right hand. And of course I get a phone call right when the oath starts. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Give it a big hand.
All right, at this time, we're going to ask the recruiter and the inductee to join us in the front. Our recruiters are going to share a little bit about where these students are headed in just a few short weeks. The parents are also going to join. We're going to have a cord that they'll be identified with at graduation. We'll start with Sergeant Gallegos, the Texas National Guard. If you'll join me up there.
Good afternoon, Georgetown. Good afternoon, Georgetown. Hey, right now, hey, let's hear it for Private Lane Marsh. He's actually not a senior, he's a junior. He's enlisted to our split train option that the National Guard offers. So he'll be going to basic training on June 18th. He'll be back in time to finish his, or for the beginning of the senior year. He'll complete the senior year, graduate, go off and do his job training, come back with about 2 years off his contract already, and a $20,000 bonus to boot. So let's hear it for him. And he's enlisted into the 1st of the 141st Infantry, and he will be a 19 Delta Cavalry Scout.
With Georgetown, here RSS Georgetown with Wolf Ranch. There's two individuals behind me, Sam King, Levi Anderson. Luckily, they're going on the buddy program. They're going to be going in August to San Diego, California for 13 weeks of a challenge that they're going to be able to kind of say that no one could ever take that challenge. All right? So with a little bit of that insight, these two individuals came to me, talked to them. It was one of those things, you want a challenge. They wanted to do something bigger and better. Those were those words. Better, bigger and better than themselves. They wanted, a little particle, whether it's a sand particle on the beach, they wanted to make a difference. So when I took those guys in and talked to them, I told them, hey, you're going to have that challenge. You're going to face that. You're going to be bigger and better than yourselves, all right? So with that being said, congratulate these individuals. Y'all will see them November when they come back from boot camp in their dress blues that I'm wearing right now in this high school. So I'm challenging them to come back and they're gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold them to that word. So y'all make sure the ones that y'all are gonna be here, y'all are gonna see them in that uniform. Good to go?
All right, U.S. Navy, it's your turn.
Give me a microphone, just put it out there. Because I can talk. First of all, I want to say thank you, Georgetown, for giving us an awesome group of kids here to join the United States Navy. In my office, I have a quote. For every kid that goes to my office, it says, "You're not a product of your circumstances. You're a product of your decisions." Great things never come from comfort zones. Never have, never will. Everyone else has the hunger to be successful, so let's go get it. That's the quote I have in my office. They read it every day. This week now, well, that's fine. We're in a free country. We're good. All right. I'm going to mention the names here. It's going to take a while, but everybody knows that we have the greatest Navy in the world. We were established on October 13, 1775, for those who don't know that. The Navy's been around for almost 240 years in our country, give or take. I'm just gonna let you know that these uni kids are awesome. I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can because I know I got 7 of them. I know my other counterparts are waiting for me to finish. First one's gonna be Sade Armada. She just joined recently. She's gonna be a bolster thing in the United States Navy. She's gonna be a unique group. She's gonna do a lot of cool jobs. I mean, especially at the ship, doing a lot of supplies. When ships go by at the ocean, flying things, doing the signal, all that good stuff. That's what she's been doing. I think she's a very good example for females in this country. She's not even 1% of females in the United States military. She's gonna be part of that group. Outstanding. School year. It was a cool ride. I got to meet his father. He was a great guy. He got acquainted very quickly. Right over there. Right here. He's going to be an aviation mechanic. He's going to Pensacola, Florida. That's what school is. That's my home state. Beautiful state. I like Texas, by the way. I might retire here. All right. I love your barbecue, by the way. All right. Yale is a unique kid. He's one of the few that answer the call. He's going to go on that wall. We need him on that wall. Our freedom's democracy will be taken care of. Thank you, guys. Give him our care. Sorry, I got to take out my hand. I'm not going to rap, I promise. All right, everybody can hear me now? All right, roger that. All right, next one is Joe Cantu. He came to us what was it, about a month ago, give or take. He's good friends with Diego and Martinez, which we're going to talk about in a minute. They're good friends. They talk to each other. They say, you know what? I want to do this too. I want to serve my country. He doesn't have a job yet. He's going down to Mets on Monday to do his last oath, do his physical, to commit to his country, to his family, and to himself. So give him a big applause. Sebastian, same here, and he wants to be in the special warfare program and the challenge, we call the challenge program.
Um, yeah, he wants to be a Navy SEAL. So we'll see. It's gonna be a tough road for him. But guess what? One of the greatest SEALs came up from this state. So from this state, everybody remembers him. Chris Kyle, the Short brothers. He came from this state. So he might be the next one. Who knows, right? All right. Well, thank you very much. Roderick Martinez. I love this guy. He's a unique character. I met him, what, 6 months, 4 months ago, something like that? Yeah, Roderick is a good kid, very, very dedicated, passionate. He's going to be a Master of Arms in the Navy. After boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois, he's coming straight back to San Antonio at Lackland Air Force Base. That's where the school is. He's going to be what we call the police in the military. He's going to be military police. So I got to take care of him now, because I might go to the base, he might see me, oh, I remember you. I got to take care of him. But yes, big applause for him as well. All right, where's Madeline Sack? This is another Master of Arms. She's going to boot camp, going to San Antonio as well. She's going to be military police. She's going to be handing in to us to make sure we are behaving. That's another one we taking care of. So basically, we see in the base, hey, remember me? I put you in the Navy. Don't give me a ticket. Don't report me. Right? But she's a very unique young lady, very passionate. She's very excited. At the same time, a little bit nervous. But guess what? That's what makes a difference, right? Right. Big that lead. So here we go. One of our next heroes. Let's give him applause. Everybody sees that from the United States Navy ROTC. Who we got, Andy? Man, you got more ribbons than I do. That's crazy. But she's going to be an aviation technician. She's going to be on the technical side of her, what's called the advanced electronic field of aviation. Most likely she'll be part of an air squadron and traveling a lot. She'll be traveling with a carrier, most likely with a leadership. Yep, so that's what she's going to be doing. She might be one of the magazines one day. One of your friends sees those magazines and you have emails on, she might be one of them. So, one thing about her is, you can see it, looks like she always wanted to be in the military because she's been in the jungle for a long time, and that's all she wants to do is to serve her country. We have a motto, which is God, country, family before myself. That's right there, representation right there. Let's give her a big applause. Folks, thank you very much. Thank you for having us. And let's give them this big applause for all these kids who made it here.
We have Captain Anthony, speak about Zenitech and to the Coast Guard.
I've gotten the opportunity to know Jackson over the past year as the Senior Naval Science Instructor for ROTC. And he's our Executive Officer this year for Liberty Battalion. And part of what makes Jackson who he is he's smart and he's thoughtful. He's also concerned about others. He shows strong dedication and commitment to every job that you give him. Everything you tell him to do, he takes it extraordinarily seriously. He's also, I don't know if any of you know, but he's also just happens to be a world-class swimmer. And has done a great job in his swim program here over the past few years at Georgetown. We're very proud of him for that. But he decided, and very stalwart about it, and he can be strong-headed about it because I was trying to get him into the Navy. But he really wants to bring that care and concern for others and that smartness that he brings to the table and his swim talent to become a search and rescue swimmer for the Coast Guard. I'm going to be honest with you, of the dangerous jobs that are out there on a daily basis, that is one of the most dangerous that you run into. I'm very, very proud of him. He's going in with his eyes wide open. He knows the challenges and he knows the danger, and he's willing to accept that because he wants to serve his nation. We're grateful for him. Let's give him a round of applause.
Finally, I'll ask the representative from the United States Army to come forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. All right. Making sure you sound all right. All right. My name is Sergeant Roland. This is my partner over here, Sergeant Hicks. We're also at the Wolf Ranch Town Center over there, representing the Army on Army Reserve. Behind me, you see these three young individuals. They already joined the United States Army. We have 2 regular Army and 1 Army Reserve. The first one will be William Munns. He joined to be military police. And he signed up for a $5,000 bonus, all right? And he's committed to do 5 years in the United States Army, in the regular Army. So just give it a hand.
Next up, we got Jared Bannister. Jared Bannister signed up for the Army. He's going to do motor transportation. And also, he got $10,000 signing bonus. $10,000 just to sign. All right. Also, with $10,000 just to sign, Jared Bannister also got over $70,000 towards his education. $70,000. Something better than himself. All right? So with all that, give a hand for Jared Bannister. Next up, we got Carlos Lopez. Carlos Lopez signed up to be a weapons specialist in the U.S. Army. He also got an $8,000 signing bonus, and also available to him is more than $170,000 towards his education. Carlos was like, man, I heard it's fun. I'm ready to do it. So Carlos was like, you want to have some fun? So he's about to have some fun. All right? So that's all, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the gentlemen that we have here today for the U.S. Army. And they're looking forward to serving their country and, like Carlos said, having a lot of fun. I appreciate you.
Instructor of Liberty Battalion to come forward and speak to us about the ROTC opportunities here in Georgetown ISD.
All right, first thing you need to know is that I'm extraordinarily boring. So you'll want to not probably pay attention to this, and that's all right. You don't want to. 35 years ago this month, I raised my right hand and was sworn into the U.S. Navy. And I have never looked back. I grew up in Lufkin, Texas. And over in Lufkin, there's a big fence around it because we don't normally let people out. But they opened the gate one day and I ran out. And ran as far and as fast as I could. Over these past 3 decades, I've walked through the desert. I've been the captain of a Navy ship. I've been in war in the Persian Gulf. I fought piracy and led a anti-piracy campaign off the Horn of Africa. I've led humanitarian missions to the Far East and Africa. I've spent most of my life on the sea, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I've gotten to negotiate with world leaders. I've worked on budgets for future ideas and laser technology. And I was a boy who grew up in Lufkin, Texas. The military gave me the opportunity of a lifetime to make a difference in the world, to make a real difference in the world, and one that when I look in the mirror in the morning, I know, even though I can't tell a lot of the things I did, I know what I did. And I know the difference that I've made. And I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of the people who've served with me. Congratulations to the fine young men and women on their decision to step up to defend our great nation. I've spent my life in this endeavor, and it's a worthy profession. These young people will be entrusted with a great deal of responsibility and authority as they grow in the military. They'll have opportunities that most people listening to my voice right now cannot even imagine. You'll go to places that you've never heard of and be asked to do things that you never thought you could. It's exciting. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's scary. But it's always memorable. And it sticks with you forever. Whether you spend 4 years, 24 years, or 34 years, it's in you. And when people see you, they see that. And that light that makes our nation the greatest nation in the history of the world. I'm proud of you for the decision, for the contribution, and for what you're about to do for all of us. Thank you. All right, now the free advertising. I'm Captain Craig Anthony. I'm with the United States Navy. I run the Navy ROTC program here in Georgetown. Navy ROTC is a nationally acclaimed leadership training and citizenship program. Wow, I lost the page. No! If you're sitting here today and you're considering joining the military, you should seriously consider joining Navy JROTC, at least for a year to see if it's right for you. Being a member of JROTC can allow you to receive an instant promotion in the military from E1 to E3, giving you an extra $5,000 in your first year of service. If you're college-bound, NJROTC is one of the best academic resume builders in the country. Harvard, Yale, UCLA, UT Austin, Texas A&M, Rice, all have Navy ROTC programs. And so they understand what a cadet is and what they do. And they understand that they're mentally and physically strong and that they're ready for the challenges of college. It's a varsity sport, great opportunities to travel. JROTC can really help you find your future, whether you're military or not. So if you're sitting here today and you're thinking about any of those things, like college, like service, like the military, like the private sector, if you need a good resume builder, this is it. I'm encouraging you to join. Thank you so much.
As we get ready to conclude the ceremony, Thank you. I want to ask all of us one last time to give these guys a round of applause. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Sam McCutcheon and Coach Jordan Vieira for helping organize this event. The GISD NJROTC for presentation of the colors and assistance with the ceremony. Chief Warrant Officer Derek McGill for the presentation. Mason Gorham on the snare drum and Alexis Medina on the violin. And all of the members of the military who are walking alongside these students as they journey into those same footsteps. Most importantly, I want to thank the families and the teachers who have played such a crucial role in raising these young people. This ceremony today is a testament of the years of guidance and tears and sacrifice you poured into each one of these students. So thank you. Thank you, parents. Thank you, teachers.